Hi, Eric. Your situation is one that's very common. And I think you said it very appropriately when you said that you were going to do what was best for the collective body. And you had input, and then you made an administrative decision. And what I'm going to say to you is that that's exactly how it has to play out. You sometimes just have to make decisions without input. That's your role as an administrator. And then there are times when you can collect their thoughts, get feedback, and still make an administrative decision. And then there's sometimes you can actually put it out to them for a vote. And then there's sometimes where everybody gets to vote, or small committee forums. But there are four ways under site-based management for decision-making processes, and that pretty much outlines them. What I'm going to say to you is that as you work as an administrator over a period of time, you get more comfortable with this. It's very difficult at first because it's very difficult to think that people don't like you. But what happens is over time, people will learn to respect you. So make your decision, do what's best for the targeted audience, which is your students. Make your decision for the collective interest of everybody, and then stand by it. And don't sweat it. Move on to the next thing. And the best thing you can do is not wallow it. I think we have a tendency when we first start out as administrators, when we think we've hurt people or upset them, we want to go talk to them and make sure they understand why we made that decision. Explain your decision and move on. Matter of fact, the quicker you can move on to something else and get this behind you, the better off you'll be. A lot of times what you might want to try to do is when you've had something like this that may not sit well with there's always going to be people that you're not going to make happy, and there are people that you'll never make happy too, so kind of understand that. Find something positive that's going on and then kind of focus on it. And I know administrators that actually will plan that. Like they will deliver something that may not sit well or be very kosher with a couple people, and then they have 2 days later they have some kind of activity that gets everybody. You give people a day or two to wallow in it, to kind of lick their wounds, and then you move on. So if you've got something that kind of precipitates that is positive and uplifting, an award program, or I can't think of anything that's probably a good example right now. But any of these things that you can do are ways to just kind of get people to move on. And your role as an administrator is to help them move on, to help them get over what they feel is a loss or a bad treatment and move on, get on with something else. For the most part, they're probably really good people and their heart's in the right place and they will do the best thing. So again, don't sweat it. As long as I always told myself as a superintendent, if I made a decision that I knew was right by kids or right, as you said, for the collective body, then I knew I could sleep at night. And that decision, it gets easier and easier. And what I found over time is that people will respect you for making the right decision. Someone who backs down is not going to be respected. For the most part, they want you to make those hard decisions. They don't have to like them, but they will respect that you're doing what's right if you continue to make those kind of decisions. So stay strong. Thanks for sharing, though. This was an incredible example, and it would have been hard to put that in writing, so I really appreciate your journal entry. Have a good day.